Welcome back everybody to my channel. If you're new here, then you've missed two videos. We are discussing the subject of how to deal with Italy. I've done a three-part video. This is the last part. If I haven't completely depressed you and overwhelmed you about the idea of moving to Italy and you're still with me, then you will enjoy this video because I'm going to talk about the 5 steps that I go through when I'm trying to troubleshoot very difficult and frustrating situations. As I said in the first video, this whole series of videos was inspired by a difficulty I had this week of trying to book an appointment for my son. It turned into about 6 hours. It was very, very, very frustrating. Very frustrating. And I do want to point out though, at the same time as trying to book this appointment and having the frustration, there was a lot of other nice things that happen from Italians in my daily life. For example, one day I went swimming and my goggles broke. And the lady I was getting out and she was like, oh, we're talking about the lane. I said, well, my goggles just broke, so I'm gonna go now. And she was like, oh, I have another pair right here. Do you wanna borrow them? And that was so sweet. Also, I had another time, this is all in the same week. I went to go buy something and I thought I was gonna get a discount. And then the person at the store realized that I wouldn't, but then she's like, oh, I have an idea. We can do this and then we can still save you money. I was like, great. And I have a lot of great friends, especially at the school. There's a lot of moms that help me out all the time because I can never understand what's going on. So I always write to them, is this right? Is this right? And we share information. So I have to say that when you're in Italy, if you're focusing on the negativity and you're focusing on the frustration, it will get very, very, very big. So part of this whole process is you also have to start by focusing on all those little positive things that happen every day, and that will help outweigh it, especially in that first year where you're constantly hitting new frustrations and adjusting to the culture and to the people and to the language and listening to all these people talking Italian at all different times during the day. Let's break down the 5 steps of troubleshooting, what it looks like, and some kind of useful tips for when you move to Italy, how you can, mentally adjust with everything. The first thing to know in this 5-step of troubleshooting is number 1, you are not alone. Everybody has difficulties. Even Italians have lots of difficulties when trying to get things done. Like I was talking about the medical system, there's not enough staff, there's lots of requests. You are not alone in your frustration. It will come, it will go. You have to ride through the process and accept everything in all the parts of Italy, the beautiful people, the beautiful food, the beautiful views, and the beautiful bureaucracy and frustrations of doing very simple things. Number 2 is take a break and do a mental reset. Whatever you do to have a mental reset, you have to have that in your process. I've talked about this many times and it is very important. Take a break. The next question is, does it have to be done where you are? Let's say, for example, in the case of my son's medical visit, right? I was in one hospital. The first step of troubleshooting after trying and not being able to figure this out was, I actually don't have to be in this hospital. I'm gonna go try a different place. If the answer for this is no, then you go and you try somewhere new. If the answer is yes, like the lovely post office, the only thing you can do is you can go back at another time. See if you can find a different person, go back at a different time in the day and see what happens. A lot of the times, maybe somebody's just not having a great day. Maybe you hit them. There's so many variables that are impossible to calculate. Sometimes going back with a fresh look, a new day, a different time, a different person might be a resolution. Step number 4, this is very important. You have to be nice. Every conversation started with, good morning, how are you? Talk to the people in front of you, find out about how they're doing first. When you start a new conversation, be as nice as you can possibly can. The people on the other side are definitely frustrated. Ask them how they're doing. Make that personal connection. Say, listen, I've been at this a few times. I really need help with something. Slow down that conversation. You can get into these places, especially if they're on time slots where it's like, you got to go through quickly. They can get, kind of caught up with it. Slow it down. Hello, how are you doing today? I've been having a big time. And it goes a long way to show that you've also been trying to meet the request at the other end. Let's say, for example, you go to the post office and you have to turn in your permesso di soggiorno. And they say, no, you can't come here. You have to come back with an appointment. They say, go download the app. And anybody who has the app will tell you that, how do I even explain the Posta Italia app and the SPID? If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll have a chat about it. I mean, I think I've spent 10 hours of my life on this app between trying to log in, trying to reset the password, trying to use it. The post office is its own category. If you go there and you say, look, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried that, it doesn't work, can you please help me? You will get farther than if you just come in and you're angry and you're like, ah, it doesn't work, okay? Number 5 is you repeat steps 2, 3, and 4 until resolution. Let's take a little recap of this. Number 1, you are not alone. Number 2, take a break. You cannot get anything done in Italy when you are frustrated. Full stop. Number 3, ask yourself, does this have to be done there? Can you go somewhere else? Or will it work better to come back at a different time and speak to somebody else? Number 4, be nice. Try to be as calm and try to slow down that conversation. Ask them how they're doing. And number 5 is you just repeat this over and over until you get a resolution. There are a few places I wanted to mention as well. There is a place called the CAF. CAF. You will see this around, different signs everywhere. It is called the Centro Assistenze Fiscale. It is your best friend. Go find your CAF. Go ask them. Say, hey, I'm new here. I need help with some things. They can help you with your taxes. They can help you with permesso di soggiorno. When I was sitting in the reception, the lady goes to me, she goes, everybody's welcome at the CAF. You just need to have an appointment. So if you walk in and you say, hey, I need some help, I need an appointment, they give you a phone number and then you can call, or maybe they'll give it to you there if you really can't manage with a phone. If you tell them, I really need some help, please help me out, somebody will meet you halfway. And the last piece of advice I have to you before moving abroad to Italy is to learn the Italian alphabet in military code. You're gonna ask me, why? Why? Because in order to do anything in Italia, you need a codice fiscale. And the codice fiscale is kappa, ta, 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 pa, 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 pa. It's like a series of, I'm gonna say 16 different letters and numbers, all based on where you were born, what's your name, what's your last name, and if there's anything more frustrating than being on the phone and having to tell somebody your codice fiscale and trying to remember what's the E, what's the A, what's the S, what's the M, what's the T, I tell you, it's very frustrating. So go ahead and start learning the military code of the Italian alphabet. And I tell you, it'll make all of your phone conversations much easier because the people on the other side won't get frustrated with you so quickly. There you go, everybody. That is my 5 steps. It seems very simple, but if you follow it, you will get there. And as long as you are focusing on the positivity of things, then you can make it through. That first year is definitely very difficult. After that, you don't have to do all of these things all that time. So it's not like all the time you have to go, do your permesso di soggiorno, go get residency, get this, blah, blah, blah. There is things, but when it's once or twice a year, it's not as condensed as at the beginning. If I've missed anything, or if there's any other great resources that you've used since being in Italy, feel free to comment on it in this section as well. And as always, like and subscribe for more lovely, entertaining videos from myself. And I do promise we are going to get to the more adventurous and fun side of Italy soon here. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.